Hey guys, it's me, it's Constance with Charming Custom Crafts, and I'm going to show you a project that I was asked to do actually a very long time ago. But I'm actually going to do it on my Design and Cut with the basic shapes. For those that are out there, I'll also, for those that may not have a cutting machine, I will pull up template designs that you can hand make your flowers. These are the large flowers. And if you saw what I did in one of my earlier videos for when I played Peter Cottontail for the neighborhood, I actually made these. I didn't get a chance to do what I wanted completely because when I was trying to do it, because I thought, oh, well, I'm going to take the machine into the living room while I'm spending time with my husband. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Well, my machine did not like me and did not want to hook right in there, but for some odd reason, it has no problem in here. But I use basic shapes that are already on the machine with the Canvas software that's online. And I made like this flower here. Did I pull the other ones? I have this one. Now, I was in a hurry when I was doing these because I really had to get them up for a background. But I'm going to show you how I made them and spend more time on them. But I do have a project that I'm doing this for because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do the flowers with, and I came up with a great idea. And I'm going to show you that on a separate video later because it's going to take me a while to do it. So I'm going to show you some more here. And these are all basic shapes that are on the Canvas software with the Brother DesignnCut or the Brother DesignnCut. It's all on this well, if you have the Brother DesignnCut, it would already be on the machine. The DesignnCut's the software. Of course, you can always download the software. And I'm going to go through these one by one as I show you. And some of them I have pre-cut, some of them I'm going to put together, and then some of them I'm going to stop in between to prep some of them because there's a lot that I have set up here that I've been working on. And if you're on my Facebook page, then you know that I was sharing some of the ones that I did and that I have cut quite a bit of them. But I'm going to splice and cut this one, this video, because if I were to go live on, it'd take forever. Then I'm going to show you how I did my leaves. So it's going to be bits and pieces, but I'm going to start from the basics. So if you guys have the Design and Cut, or if you have the Scan and Cut, you can go to the little screen on it. And if you have one, you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to actually pull up the software, the Brother Scan and Cut, Canvas Work, space on Brother. I probably have to log in, so just give me a second. Let me log in because I don't like to share my information. I'm sure you'll understand that. So let me put my ID in. Took me a while to remember, so I ended up just writing it down because it was making me mad. If you guys watch my videos, you know. Okay, there's that. Let me put my password in. Oh, yeah, I did that wrong. I said asking IG. Oh, okay. Alright. So I'm in. It keeps telling me that I need to download it to my computer, which I do, which is sitting here. So let me put my little passcode card up. Oh, why is having a problem going back in? Alright, so I'm going to show you. This is what it comes up, but I've already made these. And that's because I used them already. So I actually use my projects. I can go to my projects and I'm going to show you what I'm referring to on each one of them. For those who have the Design and Cut and or the Brother Scan and Cut, again, you can do what I am working on here and what I already had here directly on that little screen. This is for the Design and Cut is more for the iPad or iPhone or Samsung. So you can actually do it. It's kind of like the Cricut Gypsy. It's basically what this is used for. So if anybody's had the Cricut Gypsy, you know what I'm talking about. I had one. I had like 300 cartridges on it. It just got kind of annoying for me. So I already have a lot of my shapes already on here. If you saw my mother's card that I made, you can see the video. I actually made it. So I actually use the very basic shapes, and I'm going to pull up one of them and kind of look like I'm making a new one, only for those who are trying to figure out what I'm referring to. But here's the ones that I actually made that you're going to see, and I just put them all over the place. But I'm going to go with a new to give you an idea. I'll pull you down. Okay, so it's going to pull up, and I'm going to say, okay. So if you're using the Design and Cut, you're going to go over here, and this is on the iPad, iPhone, or Samsung, or Galaxy. So if you're on the little screen on your Scan and Cut, you're going to basically have the same exact thing. Here, you just go to Basics, and it's going to pull up these basic shapes. Now, believe it or not, there's actually more on the Scan and Cut. And I will tell you from experience, I actually probably would tell you I like the Scan and Cut more. But at the same time, this gives me more options that I can be designing anywhere but at home, just like the Gypsy. So I actually use, let me show you one here. Heck, let me design a new one. It'd be much more fun to design a new one. So this little shape right here, we're going to do this kind of like a balloon. So I have that shape here, and you guys can see it. And I'm just going to get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. All right, so I have this shape here. What is this? All right, I don't need that. I get rid of that and trash that. So I have this shape here. Now I'm going to go down, edit, copy, go down, edit, paste. It's going to give me another one. I'm going to leave it at that same shape, same size, and it's already been scanned. I'm going to do several of them here. Okay, so let me put one here. And this was without getting too complicated. And it can get very complicated if you guys really want to get complicated with more of the wear. But I'm going to see, I may only be able to do 4 on this one. I will see if I can squeeze in 5. Let me turn this one and see if I can squeeze that one in. And pull this one back up. And again, you can get into more complications with this. And I say that because you can get into exactly lining them up and try to get more in. I'm just giving you a quick glimpse of how you can make them very quickly. Okay, so now I have 5 petals on there. And I tend to go with 4 or 5 petals. So I'm going to actually take this shape. And I'm going to, of course, I already have it here. I can just paste it again. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to make it smaller. See if it'll be nice to me. Because this will turn it. Doesn't always like me. But down here will tell you the measurements. So I'm going to take... No, I don't want to flip it. Let me take that one and see if I can put it up here. And I'm going to see it's still highlighted. And I'm going to copy it, paste it. And I'm going to do it again. And you can just put as many as you don't want immediately. And I'm going to do 4 of those. Now, and if I really want to be smart of a smart aleck, if I want to do more petals, say smaller ones, I'm going to go ahead and again copy and paste it. I'm going to take this one over and I'm going to make it smaller. See if, no, smaller. And see if I can put like 3 in. If I can squeeze 3 in. I'm just going to do that in right there for a minute and I'll just double check it. Just trying to get it without crossing over. And I believe, let me pull this one down a little bit. Now if you guys can see that, now I have it. Now I already have my machine on, so I am going to actually save this. We're going to save it. Okay, save and project completed. Now I'm going to go to download, and this is going to bring it up on my machine. It's going to transfer it automatically. Now I had the Brother DesignnCut CM350, and it's the Wi-Fi one, so you can connect it to where it automatically flips over, even if you're working directly on the machine. And I've had people ask me what's better. Now what I just did is I was transferring it over. Now I'm going to just come out of this app, and I'm going to go down to the Brother DesignnCut app. Or DesignnCut, my apologies, I have had 2 machines. It's going to be a long video, so enjoy it. For those who are new to Brother DesignnCut products or Brother projects for cutting. Now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to load. Now again, for those who, and you just heard it connect. For those who do not have one of these, I will take patterns and I will put up on the my Facebook page so you can actually manually cut them out. So it's already there. It's now up. It did bring it up. It transferred it over. And you have, of course, the choice between cut, draw, and line emboss. I actually don't emboss with this because it's just too much. I have so much embossing stuff. And you're actually going to get a chance to see me emboss. I haven't embossed in a while. I sat this morning and worked on embossing some. Now again, it's transferring it over, changing the mode over for the machine to know it. Now here's a cool thing. It is ready and operational. Now I'm going to pull up my machine, my net. I need to clean it again, but I made sure it was sticky. So I put paper over here, and I have lots and lots of paper. I do not, for the flowers, like to go thin. I don't actually recommend it on machines, even when it says it can do it. So do I have an orange? I have an orange here. I think I'll just do one orange. I have an orange. It's a 12 by 12. I'm going to put it on the mat. See, I didn't scan in any images. This is just the basic shapes. And it is now on, and I'm going to rub it. Make sure it's on there. Now, I got a bunch of stuff here from other projects that I need to move. But I have been saying that I was going to do this video. Alright. So I'm going to pull up the machine. Put my glue over. Lots of my glue. Lots of glue. Alright. So, I brought my machine over. And here's my mat. I'm going to open it up because it's already on. And I am going to pull it in. Slide it in. Hit the piece up here that has the same type of mat in and out. Why did it turn off? I did not turn it off. All right. Now connect it. And it's not even. This is really good to show you. All right, I'm gonna turn it off. It's being mean. And then turn it back on. It'll spit it out. All right. So now you know what to do when it catches like that. All right. Now it should be even. Because it goes by the little dots on the mat. So since it's already on here and it's already preset, we're going to go ahead and set start. And you're going to watch it. It'll go across as it starts to cut. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, data. So I'm going to have to go back in, which is fine. I'm going to close that out and reload data because I turned the machine off. So if you guys are wanting that, there you go, another explanation for it. Now again, it's going to bring it up. I'm going to select what I want to do and I'm going to cut it. Hit done. And it's going to pop up right here once it, there. See, now you can see that it's set. And we're going to do start, and again, it just connected to the computer. Loaded the information, and as it cuts, you're going to see the little blue line go across. I'm making a new flower with you guys, and I'll probably cut it in 2 different colors. So I'm going to stick that over for a minute, and I'm going to figure out another color that I have over here that I think will be real pretty. Now, making roses are really easy to do. I don't believe I'm going to make roses, though this is the perfect one for roses, so maybe I'll do it also in purple real quick. Really dark. I think that's a little too dark purple. Very quickly. It's almost done. An interesting thing about it is as you're putting in a design, it'll cut what you put in first. So like you said, you saw me do here and here and then down and then here and then over, and then I did up here and then down here and then over here and down here. That's how it's going to actually cut it. So to answer anybody's questions on that, I'm going to pull you guys up for a second. I'll stick it over. I don't really have anything left on that to use. I put my where it's at. Let me see if I can find it. It's usually in this. Sorry, crossing you over. This will work. the plastic, okay, there's metal ones. Brother DesignnCut, Brother Company has finally come out with the metal ones. These are my Cricut ones. And then another company, these are Sea Guild too. I have the Cricut ones as well. I will actually tell you from experience, if you use a ScanNCut or a DesignnCut, I actually prefer the plastic spatula because you don't have to worry about it scratching your mat. And I think it pops up easier, but that's me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another one down. We'll do another one so it'll be a dark purple flower. We're gonna try to make this one into a rose. So for those who are wondering, again, I will put the shape up on my, as many as the shapes that I can, and put some extras up there on my Facebook page. For those who don't have a machine, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this in purple too. And then we're gonna do a bright pink one. Who's in here with me? Lily, somebody let you in. You're not supposed to be in here with me. I get annoyed by the cats. I love the cats. So since it's already set in pre-mode here from prior to, all I gotta do is hit start, and it's gonna do it again. You'll hear it connect, and it'll cut. It's weird. I don't really draw with it either because I really don't have a purpose. That's why I have so many other things. But every cutting machine is versatile. There's a lot of cutting companies like Cricut that still does manual cartridges. Some of the older machines take them, some of the newer machines don't. But they still come with a number that you can still use it. Or you can use online and pay a monthly subscription to just about all of them with Silhouette and, what's the other company? There's 4 of them out now. But I was super excited when Brother came out because out of all the companies, I will tell you from having 2 of the other companies' machines, Brother, they will fix your machines. Cricut will not. Silhouette will not. And if you can, if they by chance have a place that can, because it's even under warranty, it has to be something serious. It's kind of like the Tim Holtz cutting machine. And that's the one that looks like a suitcase. And I'll get more into that as I get to the embossing machine that I have, the die cutting embossing machine. So I'm going to actually do this 2 more times. And this again is for those who are still learning on the Brother DesignnCut. And I have a lot of the flowers, so this is nothing. And you guys watch me design this. And I am going to pause right there and go ahead and cut it again. Twice in this color so we can make a rose. So it'll be a snap. It was a snap. Just a quick snap for all of you, as I said it would be. So now you get all these petals. And it is up to you whether you want to ink them, if you want to spray them. So I ended up pulling out the Picked Raspberry by, is a Distressed Ink by Tim Holtz. And I actually started doing some edging to give it that little bit of an aged look on the petals. You can do the inside or the outside. I did a couple of them here. And when I say the inside, that's the outside. So you can go through and do, just depends. And you can let it slide a little bit. That's the great thing. Because it's like a real flower. I have many shapes already done here. We'll go through a few of them and then I'll show you some at the end that are done. And then different ways that you can design these. Now again, you don't have to do a lot. You can do a little. That's the one edging of it. And again, if you want to go through and give that little wispy edge. The one thing about Distress inks is they're water designed. So if you put water on it, it'll give that same, almost like a spray design, but you can control it better. And if it's not perfect, if it's darker, flowers are not. That's the bonus to make these very large flowers. So I'm going to go through and just do these, and then we're going to do a different step and maybe a different one. Okay, as you can see, Alexa, pause. Okay, Alexa, pause. Okay, Alexa doesn't like to listen to me all the time. So as you can see, some of these, for the pink one, I went ahead and inked. And don't be so worried about being exact because flowers aren't, again, you want to have that look to it. I did some around the sides all the way down. I did more around the top edging, more around the bottom. It's going to depend on how it's going to look, but you want that variation. And you guys know the sides of the flowers means that it's getting darker. So I wanted to show you another procedure with the flowers already done. And I'm going to pull up something different because I have to get my heating gun ready, because I'm not going to sit and do glue all the time. You guys got more patience than me. So I have them actually coordinated. You guys watched me do these. I'm going to put that over for now. I do have quite a bit of them already done the way I was planning on. Let me see about this one. Okay, so I did cut this design, and I want to show you. See, it's this particular design. Let me see if I can pull it back up on the work program from Brother. Okay, let me go back to mine. Okay, so we're going to go back to my designs. And again, I sat just like with the last one. And this one is, I'm going to show you the difference. This one has, and you're going to see the difference between the two of these. I'm going to show you. These are more like a pure raindrop, okay? And then this one has more of the half circle with the triangle here. As you can see, I did all that design on there. So I've already cut these, and I don't think you want to see me watch me cut all the time. But I did color coordinate them and did many different ones. Oops, dropped a petal. Many different colors. And I wanted to show you some that I actually embossed. I did a lot because I already have the ones from before, and I'm not going to redo them because it's not worth it. But for the project that I'm going to do, and I've been talking about it, it is something that nobody's ever thought of, and I thought it'd be fun. And there's different ways to use these large flowers. So I color coordinated them, and you just see my shoulder right now, 2 envelopes. So I went ahead and embossed this one with the swirls. Again, it is the same shape. Let me pull out a bigger one once again. But so it's the same shape, I just embossed it. Now, I'm going to take one of these other ones that I just cut with you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and emboss it now. I do have the manual one, but the Sizzix one, that one's for fabric. And get this, I haven't used it yet. But I'm going to take one of these ones over here. I don't think I have orange. And I have an e-bosser, and I transferred now. Right now, the new one is Gemini. I do not recommend the Tim Holtz one at all. They break very easy. This one I've had for years, and it has the handle on it to lift. It is very heavy. It does a full 8.5 by 11. Okay, let me plug it back in. So I had a little bit of fun earlier. I keep telling you guys that I started doing this. So I actually have plate A magnet emboss for doing dies here, right here. This one's my old one. That's what I use it for embossing. And then I have C and then D underneath. B I have set over because you don't want it too thick. Now I want to do, let's do orange. That purple might be too dark. Let's put the orange up because that purple is going to be way too dark to see. And here's the great part. There's one here that I have not yet used. And this one is Little Scruffy Cat. This one, Chic. Chic. That's what this one's called. So I haven't used it yet, so we're going to use it. And I'm just going to go ahead. I have this whole little system set up to where I was doing it earlier. So I'm going to lay them. I got to put my tape gun on. So I'm going to put this over. I'm going to lay these out for me over on the right side so they're easy. They're already took apart for me to grab. So I'm going to lay these all out. I did this earlier for a couple hours this morning. Again, I had majority of them cut. The ones that I just cut are with you, and I showed you how I made them. And again, ladies and gents, I will go ahead and design or find some design templates if you do not have a die cutting machine. So I'm going to pull you down here. So here's the embossing folder. I did put up plate A, so I didn't have to deal with it. I'm going to turn the machine on. And I have this because my wrist is really bad. I've had 2 major surgeries on it. So I got tired of holding it. So I have that one. So I'm just going to piece together what I can put on here. Now, y'all saw me make these. So I'm going to put one here. Let me see if I can put another one. There's 2 in that one. Put a couple small ones in. So I'm going to do that. Lay it down flat. Put on plate A. Now here, this is why I love this machine. Watch. Just put it in, it's going to take it. Just a little bit. When it gets so far, you can hear where it grabbed. And I'm going to pull it. Pop it out, the machine will automatically shut off. So I'm going to put this over. I have this whole little system that I had going this morning. I have me some new mats and stuff, but I don't always use it for certain things. So I love that this detail, if you guys can see it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the other one. Now, if you guys, I'm going to show you another technique to use if you want to. And again, there are different ways to do them. That's the bonus. Let me put some, no, the big ones are just going to drive me crazy first. Now you get negative and positive space on this, of course. Let me see if I can fit one of the bigger, mediocre size in with that one. There's not a whole lot of leaves on this one. The pink one I did twice, so we get a fuller effect on it. I love this thing. It goes right through. My hands are right here. The Gemini's not very big. The E-Boss, or matter of fact, I think the E-Boss are used are about the same size as the Gemini. The Gemini's by Crafter's Companion. I believe I got this one as well from Crafter's Companion. I highly recommend it. I don't have to do anything. So I have these embossed. Isn't that the coolest little design? Again, that one's called Chic by a little scruffy cat. So I'm gonna only be able to get some more of these on here because I've already done all the little ones. Now there's a reason why I'm showing you different ways, is because there's so many different ways, and there's just a few of them. So I've got 2 large ones, 2 mediums, so I gotta run this through twice. Actually, that one reminds me of a waffle cone. So I'm doing more embossed for this one because I already have a lot of them that aren't. So I will probably ink a lot more of these too. But I want to definitely show you another technique. But I want to get these embossed. I don't like to stop in the middle of something. And I can sit and talk and give you guys little pointers. You may have already done these. Again, if you have a scan and cut, you can always find a pattern and scan it. And rather scan a cut or design a cut, you can scan it into the system and it'll be forever yours if you save it. If you have a computer, both for the design and cut and scan and cut, you can always pull up with their workshop program, the Canvas program that Brother has, and you can convert a lot of, not JPEGs, SVG files, or PNG too. Maybe PNG. A lot of them, there's a lot of free ones out there. I, honest to God, would not tell you to buy any unless you're really looking for something very specific. And if you guys want some sites and where to get a bunch of free cutting files, oh, please let me know. I've got tons of it. But I get free ones like every week. And I mean, once in a while I'll order some. And you guys, if I cut, it's usually, with the computer, it's usually when I'm not on because, you know, this is where some people can get anal retentive, and I definitely can. So this is the last one, and I'm going to put the E-Bosser up after this one. And it's by Crafter's Companion. As soon as I pull it through a little bit. Eventually I'll show you how it cuts, but I think y'all get the idea. So I'm going to turn it off. It's really heavy. I keep it up on the cubby. That's the first time I brought it down in a long time. So I have like the waffle design. It's just so stinking cool. So I'm going to put this over. I'm going to unplug it because I need to plug, and that was my bead plate. And I have extra magnetic ones because sometimes even with the best of people, you can end up still cutting your magnetic for your magnet dies. You can still cut it, so I have one that I always start with, and if I'm doing multiples, I'll pull out the good ones, but I'm always smart and test it on my old one. But the old one's perfect for embossing. My whole cord's all screwed up, so you gotta give me a minute because this is very heavy. Anyway, so I have these, and I wanted to show you. So you got the embossed here. You have the plain ones. Now, these are all on the same design y'all watched me make. And then, of course, you guys all seen me do this flower, and I inked that one. I went and I actually put water in on my little quickie break with you guys, and some soap into my butt wipes, because they dry out. Soap and water, and I use antibacterial, and I clean down the mat a little bit. So these are 3 ways, but there is another way. If you guys are familiar with coordination paper, most of the solid paper is different. Let me see which ones. The ones that I did emboss. A lot of the paper, let me see if I'm right on this one. A lot of the paper like this one, and I'm gonna pull this one out. Most paper are not solid through and through. Coordination paper could be 2 different colors. And I wanted to show you if I can find, okay, I'm going to get in front of you just a second. I need to get my sandpaper. Okay, so here's a great thing. Let me pull you guys in. And here's another technique. There are so many little techniques. If you guys can see, the white is coming through. And this way you get the relief effect more. And you don't have to ink. And it shows. You don't have to do a little, you can do a lot. It's just going to be put in. I see the difference. I've got a little black on it. See the difference? So I'm going to finish these and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we have got these sanded, and I use a light sander, these are not embossed, not inked. So these are like a coordination paper. These are through and through. And then of course, the ones over there are inked. So I wanted to show you another technique to give it the same look as a coordination. And of course, it's inking. So let's come up with something a little different, because this is an orange. Let's come up, and I don't want to do like a gray look, or blue look would be too much. I wonder if yellow, you never know. Kind of experiment here. See if yellow was just, see, that might work, because it just gives that, because this is a waffle, you just slightly go over it. It kind of does the same effect as a sandpaper with like a coordination. So it gives kind of that ink look like on the first one that's not embossed. And I just go lightly over it this way, and it doesn't really, depending which way you're gonna do the flower, and I will show you that. So you can slightly see it. Let me pull you down a little bit so you can see what I'm referring to. You can slightly see it. Let me pull you down a little bit more. So if I'm doing another one, of course, now this is Tim Holtz ink. I need to buy more of these. Mustard seed over top the orange. And again, you can go heavier on a spot. And like I said, depending on how you do the flower, depends on where you want to put it. But if I want to go a little darker on a spot, you just go a little heavier. And if I want to go back to this one, just put a little heavier side in. And again, the yellow you're not going to see, and don't worry about this, because that's exactly why I went and filled up my my wipes with some more water. Reuse, recycle, right? So I'm going to do a little extra here. And I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to come right back. It's going to be... Okay, now, these are all done. Now, I want to show you how to make the flowers different. Let me wipe this up. I meant to have it up before I redid you. Yeah, I have some dial soap with some more water in here. So let me clean that up. That's why it looked a little yellower before. Turning. Now, I've seen people turn the white into art. It's very cool stuff. I'll do another one because it had soap on it. It's hard to tell. But it's also yellow and deceiving. Get the yellow as much as I can off my finger. 1 minute. Now, I went a little heavier on spots, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to put this over to the side because I'll be able to use it here in a bit. Don't want to waste it unless it's completely covered. All right, so I went... Let me kind of blow this a little bit. Now, when I say you can do the flowers differently, I want to explain that. depending on how you do it. And I thought I had my hot glue gun going. Now, if you want to use regular glue or marker glue, Mod Podge, you can. I will tell you from experience, because these are to last long anyway. And you're going to switch them out if you want to change the design anyway, like for Christmas. Hot glue works. A little cheaper. Trying to blow it off a little bit. I don't know what I did with my mat, the new one that I just used. It's probably over here. I think it's almost dry now. But I want to quickly show another one. These are stars. Now, and the reason why I use these, and I'll show you, but I use the bubble, the random bubble. The way I look at it is I did not do them all in random bubble. I only did about half. If I don't end up using that, then I got starfish for underwater stuff. I also have it in black. Let me show you what I have currently. Because you guys seen me do those. You guys have now seen me do those over there. I do have some stars in black, and I do have that tied up. And then I just showed you the yellow. They're all coordinating to, again, what I have. So I have those, the green ones. And again, these are the basic shapes, and I'm going to get to some of them. The green ones is like the kite, and that's like a really light mauve. You can see the color better there. Again, I coordinated them. And then I embossed the second shape, and I used the honeycomb. And then I'm going to show you how to do that one different, and I think one of these others. I'm just heating up my hot glue. Now, those are the ones I got on that one, and let me see what I have in my pink envelopes. So I embossed these. These are kind of cool, and I'll show you the flower at the end. I want to kind of surprise you how it goes. This reminds me, again, that's the bubble effect that I put on the stars, but it also reminds me of a football. So that one's more like a tangerine red. And then I did like the one with the birds with the swirls. I was just debating on that, whether or not I wanted to do that. And you can see it's a different color. So again, they're coordinated to the same shape in each one of these envelopes. And these are ones that have been waiting. Now, I have the heart one sitting over here. I did show that if you want to go back to the video. I actually used, this is the Scallop Heart, which is a basic design on the program. Again, I will put a lot of these up. I used the heart emboss on the heart. And then I used like a pinwheel wedding quilt design on the purple. Now this one is a metallic pink. You can see the metallic shine pink versus the flat. Now again, you can ink it. You can use a chalk to it if you guys want. You can spray them. The spray would give you more of this effect. I thought, well, what the heck, I'll use one. So those are what's in those envelopes. What's in the blue ones here, and I think it was this one. Yeah, was this design. So this was in this one. So again, I did like both, and I have some more. So you guys are going to see these different shapes. Now here is two different ones. I did it the kite form here, and then I did the club. And you're going to see that flower. I actually have the spade too that I used. But I did different ones, and the reason why I did this in the different greens, these are going to be some of the leaves that I'm going to use. I also kept some of the original ones that I did outside, and I'll probably emboss some of these later. Though they do have a design like the kite one, and you can use like the club and the heart for leaves. I had previously cut that, and this is a shape that's already on there. Though I embossed this one, there's a shape like that that's already on there, and I did it. This one's plain. So I'm gonna pull those out. So I did these in different shades. These are what was originally out there. I just sat and embossed some of them today. Let me see if I might emboss some of the others. I may not, because I'll definitely be putting more up in my project that I'm doing. I want to tell you, but I don't, because I don't want anybody stealing it. And then I just took random paper and did like weird leaves. You don't necessarily need to emboss it or to have a machine. It was just random. You guys have seen me do that on my bulletin board for blood. But I'm going to stick that one over. And again, I had that over. I wanted to show you some of the shapes I did show you. I have several more in here. Good stuff. Now, there's more that I want to show you, and there's a reason. So here is my spade or club. Not my spade. The spade was the other one. So I have my spade, and I have that one right off the top here. And I'll show you that in a second. So I got that in that color, and then I have it in that one. So I have these. Now, again, you're going to see these at the very end of the video completed. I will not show you my project until I have it all done. And then again, there's the spades in a different color. I decided not to stick to one year or seasonal theme. And then again, I have that one in the orange. And again, there's a reason why I'm showing you this. Because I'm getting to something else. Now, I did kind of the, like, paddle, like, it's like a game board piece. That's what it reminded me of. So I did that one, and I have that one shaped out from a basic pattern that's already on the machine and the software. So I did it in that really pretty blue, too. So I have all of these, and I'm trying to think what I want to show how to do. Kind of like to show a couple of them, but you're also going to need to make either black or white circles. Now, if you don't have a cutting machine, feel free to use a coffee mug to design it, and you're going to need some circles. It could be construction paper for that, but I don't recommend it. Construction paper is not exactly thick paper. So I wanted to show how to do a couple of them, and I got an orange one out. I kind of like doing different colors. This is the heart. That is the spade. I definitely want to do one of those. Let's do that one. So I'm going to show different ones. I really, really want to show different ones because I really think, and I say different ones, it could be the same pattern, but you can design it a different way. So I said I was going to leave that one out. I'll leave the orange one out because I want to do the rose at the end because you guys will get that concept. And this one is the same. Trying to get to some of them. Something I have not yet done yet. So let's, the pink one, let's do the purple. Put that really pretty pink one up for afterwards and not that one. But I definitely want to show how to do this one. And I have examples right next to me. That's why I want to show you the different ways of doing that. And I want to show this shape. It's that kite one. And it's a really good example of, let me do the kite one so you guys get. Now, if you guys want to wait to shape them until after they're put together, that's fine. But if you're looking for a certain shape, like this one, again, is made out of the club. Those are all the clubs. This is that one that has a half circle and triangle end. So it's going to give you an idea what I'm referring to. So I was hoping that it would heat up some. So I'm going to take the kite one that I embossed with my honeycomb embossing folder. And that's a honeycomb. That's not the diamond. Make sure I have them all out. Now, if you're using just glue, let's see how hot that is. Not really hot yet. Let's start with some glue. Gets to the middle. And I have these really cool things. I keep all this stupid stuff, and everybody keeps wanting to give me more, which is good. But at the same time, I have a lot of it. And then, ladies, I love what you send me because I'm trying to get to it all. Okay, so I'm just going to use regular glue. I haven't filled it. That's why it was sitting here. Just bought me some regular glue. And I'm just going to go around the edge. Hot glue, like I said, it is much faster. And if you want to smear that around, feel free. I just don't see the point. You just get your fingers dewy. Now, I'm going to go. This is going to be the fun part. This is where the shapes start to change. I'm going to go about halfway down. I want to see how far. And it's good to have a lot on it. And I'm saying that because if you put too less, then you're not going to have enough petals. Now, you can do them all different, which is the coolest part. And I'm going to show you. You guys are going to totally get what I'm referring to. And I know there's a lot of videos, but I don't know if everybody teaches the different techniques. And again, I mean, there's so many different ways. Imagine doing this with fabric. Okay, that's getting me some ideas. So I'm going to go down, and it doesn't matter if it's perfect. I mean, even for a wedding. Again, remember, guys, these are flowers. Flowers are not perfect. Come on, don't move. This is why I prefer not to use glue, is because of the drying time. So I may end up having to stick this over till last to dry to finish the center. You'll see that in different ones anyway. So because I have a lot, I use a lot of the same shape for this one. And open up. I'm going to put some down here. Come on, open up. I'm going to put some down here because we already have some on the edge and the middle. And of course this has a lot of glue. I can smear it and be a lot faster, of course. So again, I'm going to curve some of them at the end. Now I'm going to go in a little deeper. Give that more design here, that aspect. And I'm going to go in a little deeper here where it's underneath. And I'm going to give it a slight little edge. There we go. I'm going to go in between. This one will need a little bit. Just keep going. You'll see what I'm looking at when we get it done, because this is giving the layering effect. Oh, come on. And of course, you can move them more. Come on. You can move them more around. This is why I don't like using regular glue. Great for the little kids, not for the moms. So I'm going to keep going. I'm telling you, it's like a wedding quilt. That's what I like about this shape. And now, you do see the shape there. This is where it gets even more interesting. We're going to go deeper in. And you may not see it, but don't even worry about the some edges. And I do mean that, don't worry about it. Again, this is quickies. So I'm going to go up underneath it. And it's not going to matter. When it dries, you'll see what I'm talking about. I have to let this one dry and come back to it. So again, this is another reason why it's splicing. Why I really don't care to use that type of... And we're just going to keep going deeper in. Again, for layers. And you can shape it before. And I say that by bending it, applying it to where you want. I'm just going to go over a little bit. I've got some extra here. Depends on how many petals you end up having cut. And I have several here still. Again, that's why I prefer hot glue. I'm going to go into this side. I'm not worried about the center yet. Again, you'll see why. Put some over here. And it's also a reason why I am splicing this video up in different sections. So I have another spot for here that makes it three layers. Now some flowers that you're going to see me do are going to be more full or fuller. Other ones are going to be not. So we're going to sit this one over, and you'll see me come back to that a little bit later. So now if I can get it up carefully, I'll let it sit over and dry. I'll let that dry, and we will come back to that. Now, if my hot glue gun, now it's hot. All right. So we have that flower done, and I did not skip out, and I still have my envelope, so I can put my envelope over. All right. So that flower is going to be almost done. So I'm going to take the same shape, and I wanted to share this one. I'm going to try to do with hot glue. Same shape, same amount. And this is why I said this is where it gets fun. This is where you can get very, very creative. Again, this can be a long video. But you saw me do the pegs this way. So I want to see if I can just do the hot glue now. Because see if it'll be faster. Now, you've seen it do me do it that way. So now what I'm going to do, and if you don't have a cutting board, or scoreboard, you don't have to worry about it. This just depends on how good you are at, and you go different ways on shaping it, how good you are at folding. Where in the heck? I can never find my bone folders. I've got tons of them. Okay. Way out now. I had to throw the one away. When in doubt, find something else that works. And an end of a mark or paintbrush will. I'm just going to go down. If it's not perfect, I'm not worried about it. Again, it does not have to be because it is a flower and the petals are not always exact. You can just straight fold them the best that you can. So you can put some shape to it prior to. I'm actually more worried for the style that I'm going to go for here. It's going to be more up the middle of the pointed end. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of them, and I'm going to snap right. So now I went ahead and done all of these, so they're already shaped to an extent. Now this is a good time if you want to, of course, spray it. I think I'll spray it afterwards because it's going to make a bigger mess right now. So again, I have another circle just made on my machine. So you know you've seen me do this. Now we're going to do this slightly different. That's where it's really fun to have the hot glue gun because then you can get a lot more fun into it. So one thing I want to show you that I did both the texture side and then the less texture side and separate. So you can see the slight change in color, just ever so slight. So I'm just going to put a little glue on here. And I'm going to stick it on. So you already have the lift. And it's going to be a little bit different. And again, it's faster. If you use glue, obviously it's going to be a pain in the butt. So now I'm going to do every other one. And I'm going to use the edge of here. And then this one, that one is not flat. This one is that way. This one is flat. Back flag, negative, positive concept. Mountains and valleys. You know, see I'm doing mountains and valleys basically with this. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then a textured one. Again, they're going to come out so much different. You're going to be like, oh my God, same shape. Wow. Same shape, just different style of putting it together. This is going to be the fun part. And I believe I have 2 of these already made. Now, if it's slightly off, it's not going to matter because we are going to 3-dimension it anyway, so I'm not even worried about it because I'm more worried about going in between them. So you're going to get more this way. I'm going to put some more glue in here. We're going to go in a little bit. And where's my glue? I used to have it up to my left. I need to buy more of this. I really need to buy more. I still have enough though. As much as I use it, I don't use it all that much though. I dropped one. Though I do believe that I will end up, when I get done with this project, needing more. It's amazing how much this stupid stuff costs. So now I'm shifting it to where it's lined up right there. Pull it just slightly out to where it's like right in the middle. So this is, you have very little time with the hot glue, but it's also much faster to do. So again, my concept is to get in between the 2 back stars. So this is more of a star, which is what I really like to do. I love doing this. That's where I said I'm not real worried about the front. I'm more worried about getting the effect that I want. Everything else will just work out. Everything works out. There's never any mistake, just happy begins. Okay, so this will be the last one of the second. So you can see. Okay. And then I'm going to go a little deeper in. And I'm going to go to the center of that one. Again, don't worry about the center. I wouldn't worry about it because that's a whole different project part. So I'm going to go into the center of that one, just where we stopped earlier, and go slightly more in. And I think I'll have enough. And I'm not worried about left, right right now. It'll all work out. Again, I'm looking at the second layer, no longer the back layer. And don't worry about the center yet. That's the least of your concern is about the petals. If you want to be seriously anal, now is the time about making sure your petals are the way you want them to be. Be perfectly pointed the way you want. The center is easy. So, now this one, and you're going to see me shift back and forth, obviously, because the last one of the same shape. See if I can pull that up. And this is not quite done yet. Obviously, it's not done because it's not dry. Now, see how the points are different? And you get two different flower effects. So, I will, again, come back to that one. But since this is hot glued, we're going to get rid of the spiders. Here's the really cool feature. Let me see if I can find one of my tools that will work. I have lots and lots. Where's my clay rolling pin? It is in here somewhere. I would have never got rid of that. I'm trying to think of something that would be, there it is. Oh, it's super big. This is kind of exaggerated. But if you want to kind of lift the flower up a little bit, you can, I prefer to do it this way. See, if you see what I'm looking at, you can point it. I start from the middle out. That way you have some distance. And you've already textured or used a score on it. Now, if you don't want to use a score, again, I did it afterwards. I don't think it came out that bad at all. And you're going to get that pinched look. And you're going to get that texture. Now, if you want to go a little more, you can go like second layer one way, third layer different area. It can get more complicated that way, but, and I've done them back and forth. But as you can see, it depends on which shape. I personally like the points all going this way. It kind of reminds me of sunflower. Now, I have done this, and I will show you. I'll show you how the ones that I've done. I showed you before I really got started on these. And again, if they weren't centered right, it's okay because no flower is exactly the same. I'm just going to keep pinching. I'll use that on like the roses. We'll bring that back out. Now, this one we can finish fairly easy and fast. Pinching it in to give it some texture and relief. If you're not familiar what relief is like 3-dimension. Compared to 2. 2 is obviously flat. So this one right now is the same as this. Now you can get a lot fancier. These were just thrown together. Same thing here. I have some really fun stuff. Let me see that one. Let's go. Oh, I forgot I had candy in that. Ooh. Let's see what I have. I definitely have this really cute butterfly. I think that'd be pretty on it. So I have this. I can do the yellow like I did on that one. I think I did yellow on that other one, right? Yeah. So I have these little balls. I got these from, I don't know if I want to use those or the pinker ones. These are from stems. These are foam stems, berries at, I kind of like, no, let's go with yellow. That I got from Dollar Tree. All of this that's in this bag is Dollar Tree. Where'd that butterfly go? Okay. I have this really cute butterfly. And you're going to see what I'm going to do with them yet. All of this, which is kind of exciting for me. Now, you can keep the stems on, but I can tell you right now there's no point. So I was just pulling them off. There's different mediums, different things that you can use. These are just styrofoam balls. You can paint them yourself and glitter them yourself. But, you know, you can put, for example, where's the yellow at? And I'm going to show you some of this too. Let me take, let's take a couple of these out. There's a reason why I did these, so you guys know this. And I've done these and actually made flowers from the stars, let alone use them from the center. So I would slightly do this. So I'm going to go ahead and put, and again, this is just creativity. You can make up your own styles, or you can make exact flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and do these for what I'm planning on doing. You can do negative, positive. You can wrap it up and around it. You can leave it. You can come back to that in a minute. So let's go. Let's do maybe 3. If you want to do more, maybe I'll do more, maybe 5. It depends on how the center of it is. So you guys can see how that's forming. I have different colors. You can use the glitter colored glue, hot glue. Have a little fun with this. The great thing about what I'm doing on this, again, you can be flexible. For the project I'm doing, I'm not exactly worried about being perfect. Even if you're doing a background for a booth or a wedding, even if somebody comes up to it, it's not really that important, because in pictures, you're not going to see all those final details, especially if you've got a good photographer, because they end up blurring the outside to a point. So, and there's 4 or 5. I'm going to put this one up. Never know what I can use the balls for, so I'm going to put that one in my bag. Back popped, you guys hear it? So here, if I put 5 on, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and again, this is going to cover a lot of what you were worried about. That's why I said that hot glue gun is the bomb for this. Again, gives it more texture. And Betsy was the one who had asked me to do a sample of poinsettias, and I will put the shape up. And I may do some down the line for what I'm doing. So now you can get that extra center. I'm going to go one step ahead, and then I'm going to keep going back and forth on some flowers. But I have this butterfly. Again, they were at the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to have a whole lot of fun with these. And I'm debating on whether or not I want to cut that off the back. Can I find my shrink cutter? I've got a couple of them. It's funny, I keep losing them. You guys wonder why I have so many of them. I swear by them. Hello, Constance. Where's it at? So I'm going to take a minor break between this video and the next one. And so, because I always got stuff going on here at the house. I'm going to take that little bit off because it's too thick from what I want. So I may decorate this up more before I do my project. This you may think is a project, but what I'm going to do for it in the end, I have a final project. And again, paper, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree. So I'm going to give it some relief again. So I'm going to pull it up a little bit. So the butterfly hangs up. You know what? While I'm at it, because it's going to dry. Let's see where my liquid pearl is. I know I had a black one. And I may spray this. I don't think so, because the butterfly in the center has kind of got this one. I think I definitely want to use some liquid pearl. Let's see what I got. So butterfly needs something. Let's see, I have the bronze. And I got some black. I don't know if I like the black. This one is dark chocolate. Let's make the butterfly body look like more like a body. Depending on if you want to be more segmented. If you're working on a wedding, you can be more segmented with it. I'm going to slightly pull it out. On the antlers. So it looks more like a butterfly. You get it? So I'm going to leave this one at that. And it's going to be a quickie for you guys, but I may go ahead and finish up the other one and texture it and show you what that looks like after it dries. And then we'll do a couple more and then I'll finish up what I started, though they won't all be done for the project that I'm doing. It is not a wedding. It's not for any kind of dance or anything. But again, this one, again, it's not ink, just textured. It's the kite design backwards. The kite regular one, and again, these are all basic shapes on the DesignnCut and the Brother DesignnCut. So the software has it, and a lot of you guys that have the software or any of the Cricut or the Silhouette machines, you guys will easily find these shapes. You don't have to go looking for special shapes. You have it on your machines, unless you want a very, very particular flower. Me, I like being out of the box. I am kind of quirky anyway. So stay tuned for more. I'll be right back. It's going to be snap. All right, so the one that we started is now dry. So I want to do that one, and I want to pick a middle for it. And I like kind of go off the wall. What do you think about that? I don't know. Pink might do too. Oh, I know what I got. These were from the dollar store. And we're going to make this one a bit fuller. We're going to be using all this awesome stuff that I have. So these were 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Now, I don't really need the peel off back, so I'm actually going to pop it off. This is a canvas. Now, I could make these. I got plenty of stuff, but at the same time. See, this is going to go on that. I love it. But I am going to try to roll this kind of like a ribbon and give it some texture on top of it, like dimension. Now, again, there's other techniques. Every person will find their own niche. So it's got the back, and I'm going to see if I can do the front. And I'm going to try to do opposite ways. Sometimes it's easier to do this before, but I never know what I'm going to do. Now, you can do every other one, obviously. If you've never done these, they're, like I said, they're really easy. When paper flowers first came out, everybody made them, but obviously they were on a smaller scale. And I'd love to shake the hand of the person that came up with the concept of making them bigger for photo booth type things, headed tables for wedding and quinceañeras, and I'm going to do these the opposite direction. You can see it's getting that dimension. Now you can keep going on different layers, and we'll do one of those. Let's see if I can get to a rose. So I gave it a little bit of dimension. Now that took was regular glue. So that's the only non-bonus that, okay, I gotta heat my heat gun on, or my glue gun. So we don't have to stick that one over. What is the same thing for? What did my husband put in here? Oh, he put in a speaker. Now I gotta figure out. Thanks a lot, honey. It's great, but. Alright, so I'm gonna have to directly hook it into the wall. Alright, it's probably better anyway. So we're gonna stick that one over. Remember, the first one that I showed you how to make is this. So you guys saw this dry. I'm gonna put these 2 pieces over. And then we're gonna try to do, I think I shared that. I wanted to share how to do the spade or the club, and I think I'll do the club because it's a little different design. There was another one. I have one here. That's a different flower. Let's do that one. This one is the different, very different design. I did quite a few of these in white, and I think they came out really cool. But again, make sure you have a circle. I guess I can use my finger, but at the same time, I'd rather have my hot glue gun. So let's stick this one aside, and let's see if I can find one of the clubs. No, it's not a green one. Is it one of the purple envelopes? Yeah, it's one of the purple ones. I'm going to pull out another one. I'm going to lay these out to where I can get to both of them, so I'm going to need another circle. Now this is like a, not quite a football orange, because the football orange is more brown. That's more of a dark tangerine, I don't know, basketball color. That's a good color to describe it, not a football. But geez, I like on a football. The football's much smaller pits. So I guess I can go ahead and line these up and size-wise. And again, it was interesting. I thought I'm going to challenge myself to using the basic shapes. And again, I can easily scan a shape in. And I was looking at that and I'm going, you know, let's see what kind of flowers I can come up with. And some of them are recognizable, some of them are not. All of these here are the same size, so it's not going to matter. So I can make 2 different flowers, which is what I'm hoping to do. And again, that one is this purple one. Now these are 2 different colors of purple. So I did that one. And since I'm waiting on this to get hot, why don't we ink this one? Because I haven't all inked like that one. So this one, I think it won't be right. How about, purple might be too dark, but the heck with it. No, I'm probably going to get ink on my bat, which is fine. That's why I have the, what you call it. So let's give it some purple. We'll get onto some of this. So it gives it a little bit of a black tint, but now again, these are like the kite looking ones that I did. Meaning that, no, Lily. Meaning you can do them both ways. And let me see. I'll see if I can find an example of that. There's a lot of these, but not a lot of these, if that makes sense. And I'm just doing a little bit of it to where it looks like it's aging a little bit. The petals are. So maybe I'll get back to these in a minute, but since I'm waiting on my hot glue gun to get a little hot, like I said, I don't. You can do more edging on the side. Maybe more at the tip on this one. You can't do anything wrong. That's the point of this one. And I'm going to use the point. This one, it's like the last one, like the seafoam one, where you can layer it different ways, or you can get multiple pictures or flowers out of this. And I think we're going to try multiple flowers. So it's getting there. It's almost hot. Like I said, I'll do a little bit of this here. And I'll do one more here. And then I'll show you my example in a different one, different color here. And then I'll stop for a second and then restart video. Let me see if I can find that one. Oh, here it is. And I used a birthday piece for that. Now again, you can do so many pieces. You can do more petals in a smaller size to make it more fatter. And I will be doing some of, but again, I wanted to have many flowers with different styles, different texture, different dimension. Now this is the same paper. And if you guys look, it's just the opposite side of the paper. So that's where you get like a different type of coordination paper. So I'm going to stop for just a second. Well, it'd be not even a second for you guys, but I'll have those inked and my hot glue gun to be ready. Okay guys, I'm back, and these are now inked, and I'm debating on different flowers right now, whether I use this end or I curl, put this one inside. Yeah. Or put that one inside, makes 2 different flowers. But on a few, I curved it. And if I choose to do more, again, I'll pause it and it'll be a split second for you. The same flower I put on that last one here, that I needed to put on because I needed the hot glue gun. Now this one, and I decided to spray it to give more of a dimension for another flower. Now I have red, and the colors that the Spritz Mist that I used is from Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. I used a red, a teal, because they don't all have names on them. When you get the little packs, you don't get it. So I used those, a red, a teal, and I used a little Glimmer Mist Glams with a paintbrush in the middle. So I'm going to let that dry, and it'll probably be overnight. And I actually recycle stuff like this. I'll ink it and then turn it into some sort of gift tag down the line. So I'm going to stick this over to dry. Of course, I can dry it faster if I'd like. Okay, so now that my hot glue gun is hot, I'm going to go ahead and stick this one on. I'm going to have to get me another. No, you got it right here. Get rid of the spider web. So now I got that cute little flower done. Now, of course, I can glimmer mist it with some sort of, you know what, I'll do that one. Let's see if I can find it. It's a pearl. Let's do a little pearlescent on it. And it's technically done, but let's give it a little more jazz. So I'm going to put this back a little bit. So this is like the more blue pearlized. And it won't be much of an effect unless you get close to it, but will reflect light well. I do it really well around the canvas. So if you guys can see it, it has that metallic shine, pearlized a little bit. I don't think I need to do it around here. So that one to me is more than done. I think it's pretty. I wanted a variety, spring and fall and summer flowers. And when I finish the project that I'm going to do, you're going to understand why. And it's killing me, but I want to tell you and I don't want to tell you. But that would take away the fun. So again, I need another white circle. I'm going to go ahead and I want to curve some more. I can curve them as I go. And you can see why I like the hot glue gun. Always in a hurry. So I am going to go outward a bit, like I did the others. And let me see if I can curl that one real quick. I'm going to curl them as I go. And all I did was like a ribbon. Do the edges. I'll pull the ones that already have the edges first. And some of those, it depends on each person whether or not you want to have that done. I just never know what I'm going to do when I make the flowers. I'm going to overlap just a little bit, and I'll come back and I'll just roll these because it's going to drive me crazy. Let me put another glue stick in here in a second. I'm just going to go over the edge just ever so slightly from the other one. I'm just going to keep going and layering, and I may just layer at the same level, which just makes the flower a bit fuller in a different direction and a different way of dimension. I know, I listen to myself. I kind of drive myself crazy. My daughter asked me one time if I actually listen to my videos. And I sometimes do, and I'll give you a reason why. Not because I want to hear myself. I do because I want to make sure that the video is correct with information. Well, I'm not perfect, guys, so I'm not worried about the white in the back. So I kind of have like a pinwheel design on this, and it's kind of cool if you see the edges. I'm just slightly inked. So I'm just going to go in and go directly over so that it's all level on this one. And you'll see what I'm saying here in a second. Where it's slightly edged, I'm just going to go back over it. You can see with me going ahead and splitting them down the middle how the dimension's already going. I hope, Betsy, that you enjoy this. That's where I said I'm not worried about the white in the back. See how it's already popping up? Love it. And this one could be directly like that, and because I'm going right between the other one. I'm getting this beautiful dimension. Now, if there's any left, we'll do another flower. You can see why I wanted to use a hot glue. Because it's faster. And if I do another flower, if I don't have quite enough, we can use it at the end. You'll see what I'm saying. I mean, not curl all of them, maybe curl every couple ones, because that way it's getting the, look how big it's getting. You guys wonder how, remember I said that depending on how many layers you do. So I think I'm just going to keep layering this so you can understand what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll just use all of this on this one. And just keep going in between. It'll start popping up more and more because of the fact that I folded it in the middle of the best that I could, because the scoreboard would drive me crazy. And I'm just going to keep going around on a layer. Again, the more layers, the fatter, the thicker. But again, it doesn't all have to be like that. And if you're doing a wedding, ladies, if you're doing one for yourself, just play around. I mean, if anything, you got some decor. And you never know what you can use it for. The greatest thing about making these big flowers, though, you can restyle your room. You can go more geometric on it, more shabby chic. See how fat it's getting? Getting really dimensionalized. So when I get done with my project, which can take me a little bit because I'm going to take my time on it. You're going to see why it takes so much time. It's going to be a lot of flowers. No, I'm not doing a wedding. And I'm not going to give any clues. Because this one, Betsy who has asked me to do this, go around a different direction. Go into more different layers. And in between different areas. The ones towards the center get kind of closer anyway. I'm going to go right here. Almost wish I had another one. Another one. See if I can stretch them out a little bit. Oh, they're still warm. Okay. So I decided I was going to use the black. A few of the black if I can find it. I don't know which envelope. I'm not color coordinated. I'm color coordinated with the same style, but I need to envelope. I thought I got a lot of them here. Got it. Okay. The black stars. No, what did I say I was going to put in the middle of it? No, I wasn't. I can put gems in the middle, which would be cool if I don't know if I have any big ones in here. Or out. I don't feel like getting up right now. I will put some gems in. So I'm just going to do it. It's almost like an origami. And I think I'm only going to do maybe 3. Because I was thinking about this in that split second change on you guys, but because a lot of times I don't know what I want to do. I really don't. I just by the seat of my pants. And I like just doing by the seat of my pants. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. But again, you could do so many different shapes like this that you can fold in. And it's just about having fun and being creative and not thinking. You don't always want to think about what you're doing because then you don't always get so much creative flow. And I'll pull these in together a little bit more and pull them up. So I don't have to have a lot in the middle, but it is kind of cool, right? This flower is kind of cool. That's the reason why I said that I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time on the ones that I did for the Easter Bunny. Now I could still put something in the middle. I wonder if I have any gems actually out. I know I have some flat back pearls. Well, this would be cool. I can probably flatten it down to give a dimension here. This is something that was in my leftover junk drawer. And it's still cool that I have like almost like the stamen in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead because like I said, I'm going by the seat of my pants. Trying to use up what I have sitting around. Look how cool that one is. We have, this one's still slightly drying. We have these two. And I believe I had another one that I already showed you that is already done. If I can find it, it was one with a butterfly. I got all these flowers floating around. I just don't know which one's which. It's sitting here somewhere. I know it is. I'll find it. So I'm going to put these, oh, there it is. So we so far have these to give you a different concept. So there's 3 of them, and I'm going to make a really big one yet. But I wanted to make one of the clubs. I can put her on the back. The leaves, like I said, if you guys followed at the beginning, it really didn't matter. I guess I don't want to put that there. Let me put this up. You guys wonder why my room always looks jacked up. That's why I don't show it all the time. You guys saw it in a video, I don't know how long ago. So I did get a little spray on it. So when I got to these, and I'm going, how can I shape these? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to need another glue. Right? Am I really at that end? I got a little bit. So I went by this. And this one I had to be a little more exact on. So I went around the edge down here. And I just flattened it down. Told you I'm going to go through a lot of it. And I went by the bigger layers. And I kind of went around and touched right here, where you can see them being touched. So, in other words, it's going to be layer 4 or 5. Let's see. And this got 2 different textures. It's going to be a pentagon in the middle. I think that's the way I did it. So, if there's extras, just save them, because extra flowers at the end that are multicultural, which is fun. Lily Wine wanted it, and she was not supposed to be in here. So this actually helped on the first one I did when I was trying to come up with it. Let's get rid of these cowboys. They'll drive me crazy. You guys know how it is. So I did put a little ink on that one, but it's not going to really matter. Now I could go back in, and if I were to cut a few more of the larger ones, I can keep going. But I'm going to kind of poke it through with a lot of these. So I'm going to go around, see if I can put 2 in the same area. No 2 of my flowers are ever the same. So I kind of like that. Just like me, I'm a little bonkers. All right, I'm a little crazy. I don't like doing anything the same. The only way I do 2 of the same card is if by chance I have 2 of it, or I get a custom order. Wish I had more of those. I haven't done any like that in a long time. I did one time where I actually put a picture into, what game was it? Oh, God, it was one of the big video games. I made him a character because I'm computer savvy. They used to call me, I used to be what everybody called me, a techie junior. I used to make web pages for a living for a while. No, not so much for a living, for a hobby. So again, it's layering, and every one I do is different, because I just go, oh, you know what? Let's do a different pattern, putting it on like this. It's a bit different pattern. It's gonna look different than the other one. So we got a layer here. Now the one thing I will say is I would not curve it or shape it until after it's put together. From experience, I'm gonna let you know that. So I'm going to have fun and just pull this one down. Let's pull that one down more there. And go here. And we're just going to keep going. Probably be like a pentagon in the middle of this one. And just keep going. So in between all of this, my landlord sort of surprised me, because y'all know if I've been doing my yard work, and the front yard needed trims, edging bricks, and I intimidate people, and it's not my intention, like especially intimidate men. And I've kind of pissed them off, because I'm very upfront over the last almost 3 years. But it's only because I actually know what I'm talking about, and was more than willing to do the work on this stuff. And I just got to the point where it's really getting me into a lot of money issue, especially with my daughter coming home. So now This is where you can roll it. And this one, I kind of did with my finger. That's exactly why. Now you know why. Why you have to wait. So, now you know. Now you know the rest of the story. Be careful. I almost tore that one. Let's try it a little different. That's not the complete roll I want. But it's better than tearing. This one's a little bit more interesting to do. You can, say, fold up the edges like this. Which I think I did on one of them. And it gave it more of a dimension, or you can roll it. Depends on what you want to do. Again, it depends on how you put it down, too. It makes different ways. This one I try to do a different shape with doing the opposite end, and this one just won't do it. The club won't do it. The spade will. The spade's a little more interesting, but again, the spade I also use for leaves. I just cut the end off. This one's great for coordination, or the 2-layer, the paper that has a different color on the back side. Just even if it's a slight variance, it definitely gives it a different look. So you can see where this one's different. And again, if you roll it, and this one, what am I going to put in the middle? Like monkey in the middle here. I think I'm going to put a butterfly on that one. I have a purple one, but I don't want to put purple on that one. Let's see what I got. I came up with some different ideas too. That one's too much. I forgot about I had the old-fashioned wafers in here. Freaking love that stuff. I'm gonna pull that out. I like that candy. I'm a candy fanatic. I really am. See my little wafers. I had this when I was a kid growing up. They've been out for like 50, 60 years. So, let's see. I got a bunch of the canvas ones, but again, if you only knew. See, I have some leftover stuff I really, really want to use that are in my drawer that I have pulled out. And I can do something like that. How about that? Everything I want different. I don't want everything the same. So then again, I have this burnt rose that I don't like. I think it looks bad. We can just keep going. I have another drawer here. What else can I do? I can put this in here and put something around it. I like that stone. What can we put around it that's small? Dun, 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 dun. I just took a whole bunch of odd and end stuff. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so this is a piece of old jewelry top. So again, using my odds and ends for what I'm planning on doing. It's a really cool thing. This is where you have to watch, not getting burnt. And if it goes around, if it goes over the edge, just put glitter glue or glitter. Or you can heat it up, but because this is metal, you gotta be careful. So look how cool that is. It just depends. Like, again, you can move buttons. So I think that one's cool. That already has a little bit of sheen to it. So there's another awesome flower done. Let me put that one up. So I said that you can use these Oh, I was going to put a butterfly on that. Let's see if I can pull that back down. Once I gotta let that one dry. I don't know where my shank cutter's in. So, let's see if I can bend this a little bit. Again, these were at the Dollar Tree. And I'd never seen them there, and I thought, I'm going to grab them while I can. And then I think I'm going to do it, like, right about there. Gonna go along the buggy. Ow, 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 hot, hot, hot. Buggy body. Let the wings stick up. And where did I put my pearl? I have a brown one out. Dark chocolate. This one's black onyx. Let's put black on this one for the body. If it'll come out right. To highlight the body a little bit more. If it'll come out the way it went. Put the lid on it. If not, I'll pull another one out. I will trade for certain colors. I have other colors that I don't use. Alright, so this one's going to have to drain down. And I'll be using it again, so let's see what else I got. That's a brown. Oh, another one. Onyx Pearl. This one's new. Come on. Segment it a little bit. Here's the head. Ever so gently do the antennas. This one, I'm going to put spots on the wings. Just make it stick out more. See, a little different look. And this one pulled out a little bit, so. You'll understand when I finish the project why I did this. And different ones. I think it's going to come out very cool. You notice I'm not doing the exact top of the wing. I'm doing the outline. And then going up through the middle. I don't know if you guys watched Lucifer. I got really mad. I knew the day before that they were going to cancel it, and it's crap. And then I finally watched it today, and the way they're leaving it, somebody better pick it up because I was pissed. And I still am. And I never hashtag, but I hashtag. And I'm going to go into the middle of the flower here. Give it a little more dimension. I think that one coming out cool, too. I'm cool, cool, cool. I try to be. Alright, so what do you think about this one? All of them different. I want them all different. Now, I said that I was going to do a big one. And you'll see me reuse these. And a smaller flower. I can use the big ones or not. If by chance you have extra at the very end, use them on cards and layouts and ATCs and gift tags. You can make them into gift tags depending on the shape. We're going to have to use that. I have had certain things in my drawer drive me crazy. So I'm going to put this over. You're going to see that in a different flower later at the end. And I know you guys have been curious about this flower here. And I made twice of it, so I cut it twice. So this is definitely where you can make a really big type of rose. Because you've got the petals, and of course roses have different styles of petals. So I'm going to shape them, or sort them by shape. So that way it's going to make it much easier for me to do this. In roses, the edges tend to go bad. Now, whether or not you consider this a rose when I'm done, it just depends on one's mind's eye. Again, this is a long video because I like to show different ways of doing things. And I do have videos on how-to on flowers. Matter of fact, I should make this the how-to on certain paper flowers, but then I have a bunch of them. I have a how-to on how to use, this one might not be, I may have to actually use a rolling pin, but I don't know how well that's gonna work. I'm gonna roll it this way, I guess. Let me see how well this turns into a rose. This is clay or ceramic, and both kinds of polymer clay and then actual clay roller. So if you're using polymers, okay, I'm going to stop. This video is going to be a snap and it'll be all done. Okay, so with them, the petals getting smaller, I decided to go with something a little bit smaller to do the mediocre size, so that it does have its own dimension. So I'm going to finish those up, and then I'm going to go to something smaller, and I'll show you what I use when I'm done. And it's going to be so. Now I want to use something a bit smaller to go to the smaller, obviously. Let's see if I have something, what I really want to use, because I used a fat marker. Maybe use more of a highlighter on this one. Now, the roses are a bit different because they kind of wrap each other. Each petal wraps. So, depending, again, on how you use these petals, you can use them, of course, this way or this way, which I've done on some other flowers. And I don't have, this is a new pattern that I made with you guys, so this one's going to be more interesting to me. Because I know some people are like, well, how do you do the roses with the petals? And I try not to fast forward, but it's more on time consumption on certain things that I'll pause. That's part of the reason why I don't always go live on some of the projects. It's better for me to piece them together. So let me explain to you about roses. Now, they can be jagged edge when I do silk flowers or satin flowers, because you can't do silk. You're going to go more in a complete circle. And you don't want all of them to be exactly on top. You want them to be a bit different each time, and slowly start moving in. Put a little back extra out, like I can put this one back out here. You don't want them to be perfect, but you're going to keep like pinwheeling it. And this one I'm going to start, I think I'll start pulling inwards. Now, let me pull this one back out so it don't look stupid. But I'm going to start going in now that we're on the second layer. But you're going to keep going. And you're probably going to want to curve them a bit more again when you're completed. Again, that's the great thing about making these flowers. I'm going to keep going. Again, you're rolling it. And I can stop it like that layer when I finish this one, because that's a cool looking flower. I'm going to pull in again. It's all about going inwards. This is an open rose. I think I would completely lose you guys if I would do a closed rose like this, because it's a lot more complicated. And I'm just going to keep going. And this is an open rose. Please understand, it's not a wrap rose like a long stem. We just keep going like a layer, and then we start going in. And with these, I'm going to go in. I need another. I'm going in a little bit. No, it depends. It could be a cabbage rose. I need some more hot glue sticks. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? It was right here. I'm telling you guys, if it's not attached to my head, literally, and even that, there's a couple times in the last 2 weeks that I've actually, oh, there it is. I've actually brought my, I can't remember what it is. I just dropped a glue stick. I brought my genie in, and I always leave it in my bag. And I've been bringing it in, and I'm like, did I do that again? It's like Urkel. Now these I'm going to start pulling in tighter. Now when you're done, you want to curve this one more and more afterwards, because I gave it a slight curve. And this is why you can start pulling it up. You can see where the rose will start taking its shape once you curve it. And I will have to stop after doing this and curve it better. And I'm going to go in more. That's why I went down in size of petals. And I'm going to keep going around in a circle. I'm going to start getting tighter. Keep going smaller on petals. Now, I'm going to pause this and make this a little fluffy. This is a flat rose, and I don't want it flat. I like the dimension. Give me a split. Okay, so there's my flower, and I just kept scrunching it up for a little rose. Now, again, you want to make it bigger. You don't want to make it wrinkly. It's up to you how you want to do it. I just kept scrunching and scrunching and scrunching to get the rose that I want. Again, many layers, however you want, and just keep making them bigger and bigger and bigger. You can make really big flowers. So I do have this stamen here, and I kind of want to put 3 at the minimum. 4 would be fine too, I guess, but yeah, let's do 4. And normally, I would totally get rid of it at the bottom, but I want to put this in and make it look more like stamen, so I want to put enough glue in it to where I can definitely keep this shaped, I think, the way I want it. It's my goal. It can be sticking out. I don't care. See if I can get this one to stay down more. Just a little bit. Give it a second or two. I brought out the leaves that I showed you that I did. Again, it's a different shape, and I textured some, and some I did not. That one to be slightly out. Let me put that one like right up in the middle, sticking out. It's okay to have the stamens showing. Depends on what you want. So if I put it there and you can see it, it's okay. Just gotta let it dry a second. You don't want them always to, come on. And you gotta be careful when you use styrofoam, because hot glue will eat it. Dissolve it, I should say. Down. All right. So I kind of wanted the stamen to show a little bit in this one. Now I brought out some leaves. Now I can go with pointed leaves, which it's not. I can do long stem leaves, which it's more or less is. I have the fat leaves, which I can do both. Like some around the middle, some long ones. But I am going to do, now a lot of times you can do these at the end. And I'm just going to go right underneath, and it can be both negative and positive. Now, when I finish my project, I'm pretty much going to put them in between different ones. And this one, I'm just going to put a couple of different colors together and layer it certain ways. So you can see it more being a rose. Again, multi-layer it, make it bigger. That doesn't like me. So I'm going to put a few in here. And you can put them between the petals if you want. Pull them out further. I'll pull this one out a little further. And I'm just going to leave this one like this. But I would like to spray it to make this one a little more, it's a rose. It's not a huge multi-level one. Oh, how about glitter? You know I got my glitter glue. How do you not know I have my glitter glue? I'm trying to look for one. No, that one I think might be. Where's my fire items? I have it over here. I might have it over on this side. Yeah, fire. Would be cooler. Yep, I figured. So watch me do this. I'll just stick it on the envelope. You guys can see this over here. And I'm going to use my fingers. Oh, I probably need more. Just go around the edges. Not on everyone. It's just like the ink. You don't want to make it so overwhelming. Just to give that extra little bit. Again, using different mediums, and you can make these obviously with fabric and sew them together. Look how pretty, right? I just need some more glitter glue. This is, fruit punch. I do have fire and ice around here somewhere. Fruit punch stickles. I love stickles. I really do. You guys know me. I'm like the glitter glue queen. I mean, you can do like a dewdrop effect by. I don't want to put that one on there. I'm gonna do a different one. See how pretty? What was I saying? I would dewdrop with glossy, which could be kind of cool too. Like it's raining, you got some rain petals, which is kind of cool. And that will show on a darker paper like this. It'll show in darker spots, just like basically it would be raining on it. Definitely have to put more on. But I look just like, oh, I'm a moron. And I will probably put a couple pictures behind this to show you the different things that I've used. And then when I finish my project, I will do another video. And you guys will love that. And I'm not going to tell you. I can't. It's a secret. It's really a secret. Make that a little bit more. And I need more. Jeez, I just keep going through it. I'm a glitter queen. Glitter glue queen. So how many people out there are the show Lucifer fan? Let me put that down here. I mean, I was just absolutely mortified of how they were going to close the season out because they weren't bringing it back. And I'm just going, how do you cancel that when people love that show? Are you kidding me? And I never hashtag, and I hashtag on my personal page, so that tells you something. That's how mad I was. It's too much to hashtag stuff all the time. Here's what I got here. Oh, look at that. A little extra bling. Now, if I want to use like my diamond, and I can put some on the petals. I have another one here somewhere. Do liquid pearls in the middle of them too, guys. Like in the middle of here. And I have like yellow ones. I have a bunch of them. I dropped one of my good ones. I'm just gonna use, seriously, just use a little. Oh. You see, I sucked up some of it. When they get to the point where I have a hard time getting out sometimes, I'm just going to go over some of the texturing here. Sometimes I cut the tip off more. Just a little bit. Well, this one's the diamond one. It's kind of like frozen where it catches, if that makes sense. You just want it to catch in certain spots. I got that. See how pretty? It's glistening in the sunlight. Maybe it did rain, and so I'm going to, after this one and the other ones dry a little bit, I'll snap some pictures, which will be in the morning, so I'll have those dry while I'm sleeping. And then I'll finish up this video, and I will post it for you guys. Look how beautiful that is. Look how pretty that flower is. That rose is real pretty. Okay, so I'm going to unplug this. And I'm going to quit for the night. And I'm going to take pictures of the ones I did for Easter. And again, they're not perfect or anywhere near the way I wanted them to be because I was in a hurry. And if you guys watched the beginning of the video, you would understand why. You had already heard my boring explanation. So, and again, on the one flower that I sprayed and mist, I used Tattered Angel glitter paint. And that's the cool thing about like getting colored flowers, and then you can get them in white, and you can change it how you want. So that is going to be this for the video, because I know that I drove you crazy. Just know that you can take the same pattern from the Design-N-Cut, the Scan and Cut, from the Silhouette, from Cricut, and use basic ones. You don't have to pay for all this other stuff. You can just use the basics and make very pretty flowers. And again, you can use a 12 by 12 mat and maybe put 2 big petals on it to make them really super big. I have some that are actually bigger than this one, so you can make them super big. You can put like 1 petal on it, or you get the 12 by 24 mat, and you can make these flowers like humongously big. Depending on what you want and what you're planning on doing. Maybe if you're doing a wedding, make a really, really big one and then slowly convert down and maybe do 2 or 3 flowers. But I am going to add some pictures to this in the morning, but it'll be a quick for you guys. But I want to go in a little bit so you can see this one. And stay tuned for the pictures. It's going to be a split second for you guys.